Whiteboard Crypto has been absolutely blowing up in the last year on YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to be digging into some of the unique digital marketing strategies that they are using to start to transition their brand off of YouTube and grow even faster. By the end of this video, you're going to have some practical tips that you can use when it comes to researching competitors or any website on the internet using SEMrush. Before we dig into the SEMrush side of Whiteboard Crypto, we have to understand who exactly we're talking about. So in this situation, Whiteboard Crypto is the #1 YouTube channel for crypto education, where they explain topics of cryptocurrency using analogies, stories, and examples so that you can easily understand them. Personally, I've watched a few videos of theirs and I love their content, and I think it really does a great job of succinctly covering some of the complex topics out there around crypto. So now that we know exactly what Whiteboard Crypto is, we can look at some of their channel and try to figure out exactly what sort of videos they're creating. And what you can tell is that right off the bat, they're providing a lot of informational content. So they're answering questions like, what is Chainlink? What is Harmony One? What is technical analysis? How to create, deploy, and sell a generative art NFT? These are the sorts of questions that people are regularly asking when it comes to learning more about cryptocurrency. So what you can tell is that their entire channel has more or less been built around filling informational intent around questions around crypto. Now that we know that, what we can look at next is what have they done in the past in order to grow. And what you can tell is that when you're in the video's view, they've essentially taken this continuous approach to answering some of the what questions as well as the top X questions that people might have around things like, what are the top exchanges, or what are the top coins in the next year, and so on. And so they've created this channel pretty much in the last 10 months alone, and through their unique style of delivery, they've amassed 645,000 subscribers. But naturally, what that's probably led to for the creator of Whiteboard Crypto is a bottleneck in which there's only so much you can continue to grow on YouTube, and so it's time to take things off platform. And that's where we can really start to dig into some of the creativity that has been demonstrated by Whiteboard Crypto in the most recent months. Specifically, the inspiration for today's video came from their video on what is Chainlink. And what I found was that as I was watching this video, they made a clever mention to their video description and also doing a search in the Google results. And this is something in which what Whiteboard Crypto is doing is they are driving direct traffic to their particular page that's fulfilling the long tail intent of a keyword phrase that thousands of people are searching for. So what you would notice if you actually watch this video is that when it gets to the stage around the Chainlink price prediction, what they tell you to do is to go into Google and search Chainlink price prediction and then to click into their result. And that right there is essentially one of their key digital marketing strategies that they're doing right now. And here's why. What they're doing is they're getting some of the 114,000 people that have viewed this video to go search onto Google Chainlink price prediction and then click their Whiteboard Crypto accompanying post. And so what you can tell is that when you go into SEMrush and you search whiteboardcrypto.com, in the last few months, they have been growing a lot quicker in their organic search results. You can see how in the last 2 years alone, they've essentially spiked up. And if I go back to the last year of search results, you can see how pretty much in the last 3 months or so, they have gone from nothing to something in terms of organic traffic. And what's also interesting is that if you look at specifically the organic research section, what's not surprising is that in the top organic keyword section, their Chainlink price prediction is one of their top search results. So this is incredibly clever by Whiteboard Crypto. Hats off to them in terms of leveraging their views that they're getting on YouTube to then also game it on the other side of Google in terms of the organic placements for this long tail phrase. So here what you can see is that in the last 6 months, they've essentially gone from no traffic to some traffic just through this strategy. So you can see here how their top placements in terms of the percentage of their traffic is coming from their most recent video in which they told people to go onto Google and search for Chainlink prediction or Chainlink price prediction. And you can see here that essentially those are pretty much making up over 60% of their organic traffic. In other words, the bulk of their organic traffic right now is coming from their call to action for their viewers in this situation. The cool thing here is that we're able to experience watching this digital marketing strategy play out live because they've only been doing it for their most recent videos. And this change in their tactic is immediately delivering results in their SEMrush account. In the case, by the way, you don't already have a SEMrush account and you want to see this for yourself, you can create a free 30-day account using the link in the video description below. Doing so also helps support the channel, and you get a trial that's more than 4 times the length of the standard SEMrush trial. So what you can see here is that aside from the Chainlink video, what they also did was they recently created a Harmony One video. And from here, what you can see is that Harmony One price prediction is also one of the top organic phrases that they are ranking for. So even though they're not currently on page 1 here, because it looks like they are currently placed 13th and it's dropped to 14th now, you can see that this tweak in their strategy is leading to paying off in terms of some dividends from the organic search side of things. So what exactly can we take away from this example of Whiteboard Crypto? Well, what you can learn is that it really doesn't matter which platform you start on. In this situation, this creator has started on YouTube. They've amassed an audience of over 645,000 subscribers. And what they're doing is they're leveraging that 645,000 member audience to then give them the jump they need to start building up their core website. And this is really smart because as opposed to some of the other YouTube creators that are fully dependent on the YouTube algorithm to give them views, Whiteboard Crypto is starting to build in this behavior with his existing audience to revisit his website and also learn more about some of the topics in another format than the style that they have been learning from for the last 10 or 11 months. So this is a really brilliant tactic. I thought it was really clever when I saw it in the wild. Ultimately, this is going to pay huge dividends for Whiteboard Crypto because in the recent months, they have just launched their monthly recurring membership in which it's $29 a month. And what they're doing is they are essentially selling the top 1% of their followers on a exclusive Discord group, kind of similar to a Patreon, and they're able to monetize their passion from there. So what you can see here is that they have this Whiteboard Crypto Club where they have a ton of educational content, as well as some extra bonuses and perks like that. It's a very standard landing page experience. But what happens is that each time somebody is searching for example, Chainlink price prediction, if we just want to go ahead and search for this, or just go directly to the page, they are landing on the core domain of Whiteboard Crypto, which then also means that they have another opportunity to convert that person to their particular club. So here you can see that they have this long form content around the Chainlink price prediction. They're starting to line up their page for future years as well. This is another example of a clever digital marketing strategy. So what they're doing is they're taking year specific content and they're starting to age it now, because by the time that 2023 comes around or 2024 and so on, what's going to happen is this page will already have built up some existing shares as well as backlinks. And so this is going to be one of the top pages in the next few years. We can probably timestamp this video a few years from now and double check, but I bet you that's what they're planning on here. And what you'll notice as well is that from here, they are essentially answering some key questions. The way that they're structuring these questions is using some headers, and that's really great because essentially it starts to target some of those people also ask snippets that people have on Google. So Whiteboard Crypto clearly has done some basic research in terms of what it takes to organically rank things, because they're doing all the standard stuff in terms of digital marketing when it comes to their blog here. And what you'll notice here is that from here, they have an invite to their Discord, and then they've also got all of their other things on their website that they're building up. So there's a few reasons why this is so important. By bringing this traffic into their core website, they're also having another opportunity to convert this user in a different way than just having them join their club. For example, if somebody wanted to learn about some of the popular exchanges or the best crypto exchanges that are out there, we can look here, and these are all likely going to be affiliate links. And you can see in the bottom left corner, you can see that backslash that is showing that it's leading to Whiteboard Crypto's affiliate links for things like Coinbase, as well as Binance and Crypto.com and so on. So every single time somebody is visiting Whiteboard Crypto's website and learning more and wanting to potentially create an account, they are getting a percentage cut of leading that customer to that particular exchange. So they're not only able to monetize from people joining their club for $29 a month, but they're also able to monetize for the people who may not be able to afford that, but will still want to create an account because they want to start investing in cryptocurrencies. So from this example, you can see how one YouTube creator is essentially leveraging their existing audience to start building the organic traffic for their core website to then move their audience off of YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised if something crazy were to happen with the YouTube algorithm, that they were to just announce that they were fully publishing off of YouTube and from there seeing what happened. But for now, I think what YouTube's place is in terms of their ecosystem is serving as a top of the funnel lead magnet in terms of bringing new people into their brand. And then from there, what they're doing is they're taking a percentage of that audience and converting them through either affiliate programs or through their Whiteboard Crypto Club. If you were just to do some back of the envelope math and assume a half of a percentage of their 645,000 subscribers are paying for that $29 a month service, what that means is that there are 3,225 people in that Discord, which also means that on a monthly basis, Whiteboard Crypto is making about 94 grand in revenue. And that's just a very conservative assumption. In most situations with these sorts of sizes of audiences, it's not uncommon that you would be able to convert at least 1% of your existing audience. That just goes to show you the power of having an audience today, and also to learn about how they're using these audiences to bring it into their own domain and building up their domain authority. In the case where you got value out of today's video or you learned something new from SEMrush, hit that like button below, subscribe for more content like this, and check out my video over here where I dig into 7 tips that you can use when it comes to getting started with your SEMrush account.